you know that it was like there's this ingenious Foley work done by Dr. Fox, where you can hear us walking down the hallway.
No.
And I jingle my keys. I just kind of fiddle around and I look for this one, and no, it's not that one. Okay, unlock, open the latch, turn the deadbolt. Other key. All right, pull that open. Slide the door open.
Am I doing anything? Am I doing stuff?
You need to come into this dark, wet hallway that is also somewhat of an anechoic chamber, even though it's slightly echoing. I don't know. It's because the air's not flowing in it. Radio is more fun for the mute and deaf.
When I bought that live on air sign, it had like a whole row of LEDs that lit it up and it was super bright. And now like it has 2 LEDs and it barely turns on. You know, everything you buy from China is just a piece of shit. It's like, oh, we don't care. Give me your $30. Go fuck yourself. Now, if I was Cosmac of Cosmac's Commandos, I could fix this sign. Not only could I fix this sign, I could probably turn it into a plane. But I'm not him. Shipping costs prevent me from shipping this to him or him to me to fix it. So it's a quandary.
Broadcasting live from Sub-Basement 2070 in the heart of the Hypercube in Orlando, Florida. Mystical land that isn't Australia, but somehow still in South America. This is time for the show, your weekly Hypercube Laboratories update on all things on the Sub-Ether Network Relay and the Global Pylon Array. I'm Dr. Fax, your sassy boy in charge tonight, leading you down a path to pure nirvana. It'll blow your head clean off. With my good buddy, Reverend of the Church of the Subgenius, Peace. Hi, Peace.
We've been pals, aren't we, Argus Fox? We've been pals for a long time now. You're very
What's a
close
long time to you? I thought you got a little bit more relation.
10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes.
How long was it? How long were we
Depending on
friends?
the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. When you reached over in the car and thought that, that I was the gear shift for about 15 minutes, were we friends
I did never.
during that or after that?
That never happened. Folks, it's important that you know he's doing that for comedic relief. At no point in time did I inappropriately touch the good doctor on our lengthy journey.
I mean, that time that you tried to molest me? That time that you tried to sexually molest me in a moving vehicle while you had me captive on the way to an airport? Man, sitting next to you on a plane would be something.
Too handsome to molest people.
Too handsome, too big to fail, too handsome to molest. Hey, it wasn't rape. I was asking for it,
Yeah, it could be.
There's a delay on the air horn.
Were you?
Were I? I know where I were. It was
were you asking for it?
My favorite part of the show.
Were you asking for it, boy?
Cube News, where everything that we say is true. It's true. That one's quick. The air horn's slow, but that one's quick. I like that one. The power came out of the sound effects intern box. I don't have access to open the door so you can hear the interns clapping, which also means I can't feed them. So newsflash, Dr. Fox has to rewire the entire studio. So says caller 23. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, so actually in Cube News, guess what we're going to do, Peas?
What? We're gonna do Cube News, you said, dude. I'm following the note on note 2.
We're gonna do
following the script on note 2.
We're looking at branching out here. at Hypercube, and
To a third note?
we would actually be. It would actually be the second node here. You know? Well,
No, I meant note.
Oh, the node. I thought you were talking about the nodes.
The
like
node.
the node numbers.
Remember last week I was working from note number 1, and you said, no, Pease, that's wrong. Work from note number 2. So this week, I'm working from note number 2, and sure enough, we're doing Cube News.
Yeah? What do you got on your notes for Cube News this week, Pease?
Oh, I'm just saying it's Cube News time. I didn't say I was prepared for it or anything. I was just mostly trying to confirm that we were using the Note 2 script. That was the gist
Note
of
2
what I was
script?
getting at.
I don't even know which one you're on.
You know, this is Note 2, see?
Oh, it's under your filing system. See, I have the T system.
Yeah.
I put everything over there under the box with the
Well, no, see,
receipts.
here's Note 1. Here's Note 1, and there's Note number 2.
Now,
And
how
we clearly defined. Yeah.
did I? You're giving away
Yeah,
all the
maybe it wasn't
backstage
you-
secrets. That's what makes the show good, is telling everybody about how prepared we were going to be. That's
Well, people know that we're going to use Note 2, so they got to know that we're prepared. If we had 2 notes,
you don't
and
let
we
them
had to
know. That's
choose
what
between
makes this such a
which
roller
note we were
coaster
gonna
ride,
use to do
Pease.
the show,
Everybody's
and
sitting
we
at home.
chose
They've
on-
got their hands and
on
arms
Note
up in the
2.
air, and we're going up the hill, and we're going to go down the hill. We're going to go up the hill again, but you don't know because it's all in the dark. And it's really just a room, and there's a guy pushing you around in a wheelbarrow, and he keeps knocking into the walls. And he has all of these oil lamps. All of these oil lamps. My God.
Wheelbarrows give the illusion of an ease of labor, but they're actually quite difficult to maneuver and keep upright and not dump shit out of.
It's easier
not
to-
the,
no, you
the
just do your
boon
shirt.
to labor that people think
You
it
can
is.
just cup your shirt.
I don't understand
and
why I
carry
couldn't have
everything with
2
it.
wheels.
I
in
didn't
the
need a wheelbarrow
front.
when I broke
It's
my
stupid.
jaw open. I just cupped my shirt, and I filled my shirt with blood like a basin. And then I went to the sink and I unfurled my shirt and I dumped all the blood into the shirt. Those were good days. That's a true story. Did you know that? I was 5 years old. I was not wearing a seatbelt in a moving vehicle. And I flew into a dashboard and I bust the I have stitches in my chin. Well, I had
that's
stitches
horrible,
in it.
buddy.
I have 2 scars underneath. That's why
They took him out.
Yeah, I had a plastic surgeon do it at like the age of 5, and then it happened.
You're very handsome.
I was plastically engineered to look this good.
That makes sense.
Millions went into this piece. This is
because a lot of times people's personality matches their looks, and I've always wondered where the mismatch with you was, and now it's been explained.
What's the mismatch?
Well, you've had so much
I look
plastic
nice,
surgery
but I act
you're
sexy.
You're like a Kardashian. Turns
I
out
kind
you're
of
like
am.
a Kardashian.
I'm kind of Everyone wants
Next
to
year be
fuck me,
dating
but
Kanye
nobody
West.
wants to hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got going on.
I like to hang out with you.
Do you? You're all the way out there in Las Vegas. You're the only person that
I
hasn't
didn't
quit the
say.
show yet. Even Dr. Trench, he showed up to one show and took ass off to Pittsburgh. You know? Look at what I do to I chase them all off. There's like they have engineered a pandemic, Pease, to keep people away from me. I know you're not sick and out there dying. I know what this is. You're all trying to make me feel better. But this is all just a giant scam on Dr. Fox. Oh, look at him putting on his rubber gloves when he goes to the grocery store. Well, I'll tell you, it's working. It sure is boosting my confidence.
I think it's so interesting to see as Trench gets more and more settled in his new city, more and more possessions start to grow out of the city. Like
there's
2 weeks
a
ago, it was
table
like
now.
a box. It was like a box
You're moving
and a
up
blank.
in the world.
Like
Are you
a
still
pizza
sleeping in that
box,
refrigerator
a pizza box and a garbage bag behind him. Now he's got a lamp. He's got some, looks like a bag of Reese's Pieces, some cereal bowls.
There's a setup.
The accoutrements of society are now rising up from the relocation of our good friend Dr. Trench. God love you, brother. You've even got a wheelie chair, it looks
God
like now.
love you.
Oh yeah,
brother.
I got a 3D printer over there.
Yeah, this is all new stuff, folks. This is all a pizza box and a poor foster kid's suitcase with a trash bag over his shoulder just a couple of weeks ago.
Come look
Now
at
he's
come look
living
at Dr.
like a
Trench's
millionaire.
apartment
Like a
at
king.
timefortheshow.com. Click the Discord button.
Yeah.
And you
like
can
a
come look
king.
at my
We all
birthday
live like
post.
kings.
I live like
Unless
I
we're
live like a
girls.
queen. Are you
Then
kidding
we live
me?
like queen. Well, you're
That's-
allowed
that's
to do
the
that
joke.
now. You could live like.
It's a rough show tonight, Peas. God.
That was a gender
Dang
fluid
it.
joke, and so that should be funny on
Gender
a lot of
fluid?
levels. Gender fluid joke is a
Is
gender
that- is
fluid
it-
joke.
oh,
so
man,
I
is
think it's
that-
going to be funny to all the kids.
What a Thai lady boys put in their motor scooters.
Yeah, they're going to like it
Gender
too.
fluid.
Gender fluid. You're so funny, Dr. Fox.
Well, you thought I was gonna say something like tranny fluid or something, but that would be politically
No,
incorrect.
that'd be
and
cool.
out of
That'd
date.
be wrong.
And out of date. Do scooters have transmission
Yeah.
fluid? What about a Razor scooter? These are the questions
Yeah.
that we're asking.
Good joke, right?
It's time for
That's
my
the
favorite
difference.
part of the
Your
show.
joke makes people
It's
think. Made people think.
the P's O
right.
box, where we're gonna read these letters from people, the real people. And they wrote these letters to us, and they sent them to P.O. Box. They sent it to Hypercube Labs, P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793. And this week, Trent A. Sr. of Elmsford, New York, asks, Dear Peas, this was an incident that had happened over a year ago or more. I was in the bathtub one day, and don't ask me why, but I was playing with my balls. I tried to stretch them open, much like how you open a bag of chips. I pulled one hand on the left and one on the right, and I pulled apart. All of a sudden, my arms just went farther apart quickly, and my heart dropped. I thought I had ripped open my ball sack. Turns out I didn't, but my ball sack started burning like the flames of hell. So I got out of the hot water and onto cool air, and it burned even worse. I'm 14 now. I'm scarred that I made my balls drop or something when they were not ready, or I messed something up, or I won't be able to have kids. Please help me. Will I be okay? And just to let you know, I had no pain in my balls at all. Just the burning, but that only lasted for about a day or two. .com.
Wow, that's it.
It's a good
It's a
one.
year ago, you said. You know, here's the thing. I know what it's like to be 14 and obsessed about your balls and your
Well, it
junk.
was a year ago. It was 13. He was 13.
Right, see, if 13. So
Just learning.
I would tell you that you are almost completely incorrect about everything in your letter except for one thing. You probably are sterile, and you should never, ever, ever try to breathe
Incorrect. He's asking a
in
question.
any way, shape, or ever, because I think it would do society great good, whether you are or aren't sterile. But no, you just stretch that skin super to almost tearing point, probably. Had you been a man of any stature when your arms suddenly flew apart, you would have ripped your scrotum sack. But because you were a tiny girl baby boy of 13, you didn't have the upper body strength to tear your scrotum open like a bag of chips, like all men do when it's time for their scrotums to be opened. The fact that you failed on your first attempt means you will never be a warrior in society, and you will be doomed to a life of servitude, almost untouchable. You might as well buy a fedora and get a neck beard going, because it's done for you, buddy. We all come to that point in time where we open our own scrotum and look inside the soul that is our ball sack, and that you failed to accomplish that trivial fucking aspect
You
of manhood.
can't run from
Leads
your
little
own
to no
balls.
move. Yeah, there's no hope for you. Dr. Fox, can we send that listener a
Say-
phone number to suicide hotline or something, just to make sure he's okay?
411. All right.
That sounds about right.
That was good, Peas. I'm glad that you.
Is it wrong? Is it wrong to make a suicide hotline joke in a joke? I mean, is that like that's probably that's
It's
a
more-
deal breaker, right?
Only if you actually lead someone to suicide. All right.
Like that's on me.
This one comes from Bill E. Aiello of Gulfport, Mississippi.
Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Oh, Mississippi. Very surprising.
Dear
I thought he was
Peas,
Hawaiian. Right
I
off the
hope
bat.
you are well today and things are going okay.
Doing very well. Thank you.
Now to
Okay.
cut a long story short, I worked as a bar staff at Weatherspoons 2 years ago to get by during studies while in London temporarily. After about 2 months, I was fired as customers complained about my inappropriate flirting and going too far with it, which I hold my hands up as being totally wrong and out of line. I was giving 2 warnings, and it still happened, as well as making a homophobic remark which came out the wrong way when I was joking with a colleague. Trouble is, I am diabetic, and feel a lot of these mistakes were not because of that, but it played a massive apparat, as when you are hypo, could say wrong things that I most definitely would not do or say normally. Trouble is, now I'm in a good job as an engineer and health has I moved. But whenever the fleeting memories of what happened there pop up, I feel like crawling into myself and feel almost sick with worry. Obviously, a lot of it could be far-fetched now, but I have a feeling of fear, like what if this was brought up in the future or my current employer found this out? It would be disastrous. I seriously don't know what to do about it, and it feels like a trauma, which is even worse as I'm the cause of it. Please help. I feel so bad and scared.
You know, I wonder where we get these sometimes because there's like so many. Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry. What's wrong? So here's the thing. Okay, I'm back. But I mean, fuck. There's so many. If this was a Facebook post, I would be taking this guy's lunch. I would be having this guy's lunch with all these inconsistencies. But here's the thing. If you're an engineer now and not a waiter, that means that you're not making like $15 an hour anymore. You're probably making like $40 an hour. So what do you give a shit that you might have lost your job as a waiter because you had low blood sugar? But here's the thing: if you want to make an issue out of it, it is England, it is the Great Britain. You could probably make a good case that it's a medical condition and go on disability. I think they give that to everybody there.
It's
got
like,
the
yeah, it's free.
socialized.
It's socialism
I don't
medicine.
know. It's
free.
England.
It's free.
Crazy. We're free, aren't we now?
Go bow to your queen. Okay, let's see here.
We have got a queen, don't we? And we're Scotland. We're tired of you fucks. We'd like to leave. Oh no, you can't do that. But you said we're free. Free as the sky, you say. Well, yeah, except for leaving or deciding you don't want to be, in the socialized medicine program or anything else that, oh, by the way, you bought a television, you must be watching TV. We tax TV, not the television itself, the actual transmission of the television show. We tax that, and you need a license to even watch it. And we've noticed you don't have it. But I'm free, I tell you. I need no license to watch the goddamn telly. No, you do. You do. So yeah, I think you guys got problems and you'll work it out. I don't know how I transgressed into this except for you're an engineer, dude. Get over yourself or go back to England and get on disability. Shut the fuck up and stop writing me letters.
That's not bad, Peas. Okay, one more letter.
Did you like my
It works. I
Did you
can't
like
tell
my
you if I liked
Scottish
it or
guy?
not until the end. It was pretty good. I like the commitment, Pease. You're catching up. All right, where do we go? I had. Oh no, where'd the last one go? I feel. Oh man.
Maybe this one was so good we don't need to do the last one.
Well, the next thing on the board before the break would be The Thing. Yeah.
Do it.
We got. Hold on, I wanted to because I wanted you to read the letter so I could look up like the background music that we could jam to before we go to a song.
Oh, good. Read
But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Fuck it, because it's about
right.
that time. I got a band name for you, Peas.
Note 2. Oh, what? Band name?
Yeah, I got a
But
band
how are we
name.
gonna know whether it's a band or not?
I guess we're gonna have to guess, and when we come back from this gosh darn song break, we'll find out whether or not it's a band. This
Wait a
week.
minute, Fox. You're telling me we get to listen to an awesome song and then come back from that and find out the answer to a really cool riddle or question type thing?
It's like specifically engineered to be something like an interactive web feature that exclusively
God damn,
works on
this is
like
exciting.
live
Let's do it. I can't wait.
platforms. Are you ready to enable the community, Peas? We're gonna
Let's do
enable
it.
the
Enable.
hell out of this community.
Unleash the echelon.
Oh my God! I got a band name for you. This week's first band name is Endorphin Crush. ENDORPHIN space CRUSH. Endorphin Crush. What do you think, Peas? Don't tell me. You either. We'll be right
it's
back
almost-
with more show. You goobers.
It's gonna be like Christmas Day, dummies. It's gonna be like Christmas.
You're listening to Time for the Show. It's a show. And it's not about time, but it's about time. For Time for the Show. That's our new jingle. You got to learn it and have it ready by next week.
Oh, it's catchy, I guess.
Yeah, it works. All right. So it's time for my favorite part of the show.
What part's that? All right.
It's time for those Patreon shout-outs. Now, it's not the shout-outs to the Patreon members. That's the shout-outs from the Patreon members. You get a free shout-out every week. Look at that. Even you. $1. Let's see. Tonight's first one comes in as
But wait a minute, Fox.
Don't yell at me.
Fox. We gotta tell the kids about the band name and our choices and if it's a band or not.
Oh,
'Cause we
good
promised
golly, Miss Molly, you're right, Peas. I totally forgot
Man,
about
don't
that. Here,
disappoint
let
the
me
kids,
get my
Fox.
note card. All right, before we went to break, remember that?
Correct. Remember?
Wow.
That was so much fun.
The band
What
name
great
was
banter.
Endorphin Crush. Peas, what did you think about that one? My wife, you had scores? You had
That is a REM cover band from Tennessee, and so
Any
yes,
band
it is a
from Tennessee is an REM cover band. That's the funny part.
It is.
You say it is a band?
I do, sir.
How's
Did
the
you think it's
audio
funny
level
that I
out
knew
there,
that was the funny part?
Aster 6? Let me know. They were complaining. They were saying Peas loud. They were saying Peas too loud, Fox too not loud. Peas too loud,
No.
Fox too not loud. So
Who's
we're working.
saying
I'm working on that. I don't know. Endorphin Crush. Oh, that's the other one. Is not a band.
that seems
However,
like bullshit.
there is a song called Endorphin by the band Crush. But there is no band named Endorphin Crush. And that rounds Is It a Band? I actually got two more, you know. Be nice out there.
Well, save them.
Exactly. Shout-outs from Andrea Kuchel. Love you guys. Great show. from Agent Lloyd. X-Day is a-comin'. This time for real. Yeah, we can go into that for an hour because it's gonna fucking planet's exploding. I don't know if you guys read the the newspaper today. Here we go. Oh, this is from our good friends Triology Soaps. Get a new bar of soap from Triology Soaps. Spend $20, get a free hand towel. Why, you ask? Because Peas wants one. All right. Well, thank you, Triology Soaps. That's a little. Yeah.
You know, we don't even got to do their commercial now because they did it for themselves. That's awesome.
Okay, here we go.
Just breeze right over that part of the show.
Dear Peas, a real one. I looked up to you for so very long, and now to find out that you can only ride a fixed gear bike and not a really cool one like Sam Morris, I am disappointed of it. Everyone knows that only hipsters do that, or have those silly non-beard under the lip, oh damn, NVM. And that's from Fenord. Thank you for your comment, Fenord. Here we go. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. Incredulity? It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of death. And that's from caller 23. And so that's this week's Patreon shout-outs. Get your Patreon shout-outs at timefortheshow.com/Patreon shout-outs. You can sign up at patreon.com/Hypercube. There you go, you greasy bastards. It's time for my favorite part of the show. What was that? Somebody screamed at me.
Let's do it.
The scores you gave me? Oh, that some people gave me? Oh, I forgot. What do we got here? I got a list of passwords and then other things. I'm a Subgenius said yes, it was a band. Fenord says yes, it was a band. Long Dead said no. Hazel said no. So,
Hazel's always right. I should always look what Hazel says before I give my answer.
Well, I'll just start regarding that as cheating, Peace. So, stay tuned.
I guess I won't.
It's time for my favorite part of the show. Truthache. It's the part where P's gonna tell me a dirty lie and make me feel bad, and then he's gonna tell me a story that's presumably not a lie. Oh, that P's. Oh, all right. So P's is gonna give us two stories, go.
Okay, so these stories, both of which are totally true, happened when I was in between the years of my 15th and 16th summer. So between 15 and 16 years old. And the first one is, this could be hard for a lot of people to believe, but I used to smoke a lot of pot when I was like 15 years old. I mean, like, I would take the bus to school, go to first period because it was ceramics, so I could like throw like clay, be all stoned and stuff. But then by the time first period was over, I wasn't stoned no more, so I hopped the fence to go to the beach and get stoned, not go back to school for the rest of the day. So this is the kind of dedication I want you to understand when I tell you the rest of the story. So there's a couple other guys, true hardcore dudes like myself, liking the weed, gonna get the weed, gonna smoke the weed, fuck school. And I would consider these people my peers, equal to the ability to procure and smoke marijuana, both of my own origins and from people of whom I did not know at the beginning of the day, but by the end of the day I would be great friends with them because they had a joint. So one day, me and Roger Gomez are smoking some pot at my house, my dad's house. We used to climb up on the roof. It's California. It's a shake roof, which means it has these very flammable wooden shingles on top of the roof. They decided at one time hey, California's real dry, has drought a lot. Let's put wooden shingles on top of the roof because that looks super rustic and seems awesome. So we would climb the tree and sit on these shingles, and then like wooden camping matches, you know, the kind that are self-lighting. Sometimes they shoot off big balls of sulfur or whatever, phosphine or whatever. We would light those to smoke our joint. So anyway, we're up there, we're smoking a little bit. We think we hear my dad, right? So we jump off the fucking garage real quick and we go into the alley, but I still got the roach, right? So I give it to Roger. And there's a third guy with us, I can't remember his name. But Roger takes it, he does this monster hit because he's Mr. Tough Guy. Plus, it's roach and it's getting down the end, and we're all greedy little bastards, and he wants to make sure he gets the biggest amount of this little roach left in his fucking lungs. So he starts hacking like I never heard somebody hack up a hit. And now I've done 40 years later, I've done dabs. I've seen people get sick from smoking pot because the smoke has burnt their. This guy starts puking, and he starts like he can't fucking breathe. So me and this other kid decide somehow in our stoned state that the only way to save this guy is to start punching him in the chest and belly till he starts breathing normal again. And it doesn't work the first 10 or 12 times. So we keep like punching him, and this is in the 70s, so we're thinking maybe we're doing the Heimlich. We don't know. We might have seen this on All the Family or the Merrily Tired Moore show. Not people smoking pot and then other people punching them, but, what to do if somebody's choking. But it really hasn't been laid out to us. So finally, he fights us both off. He's practically fucking blue. He drops to the ground. He takes this huge breath of air, which I attribute to the beating that we gave him. We probably saved his life, the selfish bastard. And I was like, why the fuck you guys hit me? We're like, dude, you were choking. We saved your life. Well, the funniest part of the story is that guy, like I said, we were all three big pot. He never smoked pot again. You could not get him to be in the same room with people when you were smoking pot. And we never knew, was it because he almost choked to death from smoking the pot, or because we just somehow in some Pavlovian method beat the shit out of smoking pot out of that guy. He was never going to do it again. To this day, as far as I know, he's never smoked pot.
He's a hero.
So this next story...
That's the end of the first story? No, the
that's
end?
That's the end of the first story.
You say the end.
You don't think that's a good ending?
You don't
think that's a good ending?
You have to signal the ending. Signal it. All right, what's the second story?
All right, I'll go, in the future, I'll go like this.
The radio loves that.
But
I'm gonna stop doing video feeds with you.
And then you'll make the noise.
I'm gonna cut video out of Discord.
No,
I will pay
do that.
extra.
I like it.
Do the radio. Do radio, Peas. Do radio.
All right. So my second story is, and I kind of feel bad that both these stories involve violence, but this is the 70s, and this is how things work. So I'm at my dealer's house, and my good friend's brother's there, and he's got this like rifle, and he's like, I'm gonna kill myself, and I'm like, fuck you, dude, it's a BB gun, it's not even gonna fucking hurt you. And it's like, no, dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it. So he shoots this fucking it's like a big wheel, but it's green. I think they call them big green machines or something.
Hennepin crawlers.
I don't know what it was, but it's like they had like two. It's not important. It's a kid's like
a big wheel
tricycle thing. No, but it's like that, but it was green and it had two handles.
Well, the big wheels had. Well, I mean, how many handles are usually on these things?
Big wheels had.
Usually you have like one handle. You have a handle bar with like two ends on the handlebar.
The big green machine had two handles.
It's like a cat
and the
car.
Steering was from the back. Okay, so if you turn the handles like that, the back wheels would.
Oh, like a wild, wacky action bike. I know what you're talking about. You know, you powered it by pulling the levers, right?
No, you didn't power it, but you did the regular pedal thing. You turned
You
it.
pedaled it. Then what were the handles for?
Forward or back. You could. Yeah, it was just. Listen, it's not really germane.
This
to the
sounds
story,
like a lie. This sounds like a lie. Keep going. Keep going.
No, you're gonna look up the green machine, and you'll see.
I put a shiny nickel on Hennepin Crawler.
Fuck you, Fox. I tell him, shoot that fucking thing. You're gonna see it's just a BB. So the gun. Now I don't know. This sounds weird, but it didn't make that loud of a noise. I thought a 22 would make a much louder noise, and it kind of went like pop. And there was this little tiny hole in the frame of the plastic. You know, it shot through it. And I'm like, see, you stupid fucker, it's just a fucking BB gun. And he's like, fuck you, Frank, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Let me prove it to you before you fucking blind yourself. Give me the gun. And I cock it, and I go, put your hand up. And he goes, puts his hand up, and I fucking pulled the trigger, and I shot the fucking 22, which turned out it was a 22, right through his fucking hand. And what the cool thing was, is that he told his mom that he did it himself. I don't know how anybody believed he could have shot himself in the hand like that, so that I wouldn't go to trouble when I actually took him to the ER and his mom showed up. Huh? Well, we were cool like that. We got stoned together, so you did things like that for your brothers when they shot you when you were stoners together. That was the brotherhood of the day, and that's the end.
What happened? Wait,
story.
So what happened in the first story? Because they were both kind of similar.
They're violent. They had violence as their
and
theme.
in the 70s and involving drugs.
First story was smoking pot. Guy starts to hack up too much.
And
Me
you're
and my
punching
buddy
him.
think we're helping him. We're punching him in his belly and his chest, trying to help him breathe. He finally gets us to stomp because we almost kill him, and he never smokes pot again because of that experience. And I don't know. The other thing is I shot my friend through the hand, but I didn't get in trouble because, and the reason why I shot him in the hand, but I didn't get in trouble because when we went to the hospital, he told his mom, you know, when they showed up, oh, I had my thing over the thing, and I didn't think it was loaded, and I shot myself through the hand. So, which story do you think?
Well, I can't remember whether the story of you pulling a gun on somebody and pulling the trigger, was that one true or not? When you
that
the
was
lighter
true,
came
but it
on?
wasn't a gun. It was a lighter. It was
exactly.
a lighter. Yeah.
So,
and then I was like, when I said freeze, I got a gun, and he stopped. I couldn't shoot him because it wasn't a real gun.
I would
and
believe.
Then I was like, well,
it comes down to yes. I believe you would willingly pull the trigger on a gun handed to you, or that you would take from somebody. I feel once you would get a gun, you would shoot it. You probably wouldn't intend to hurt anybody, but you
I thought it was gonna be a BB gun.
Exactly. Well, exactly. You fired a gun at somebody. You thought it was a BB gun. So did you make like the cardinal gun owner sin of pulling the trigger at somebody? You pulled a trigger and you weren't prepared to kill somebody.
I was not a gun owner. I was a gun.
I was a gun
borrower.
I had my fucking cousins point BB guns at me, little handgun styles. They get them right up in my fucking face, put them up in my eyes. That was fucking terrifying as a kid. Fuck them for doing that, assholes. That's why I don't pick up the Facebook messages. All right.
That's why they're not on the show.
Exactly. And then the other one was you beat a man. So in one you beat your friend to save him, which sounds like a P's thing to do. And then the other thing where you shoot a gun at somebody also sounds like a P's would do that. Which one is more extravagant?
Him from thinking he was going to be able to kill himself with
all right, so I have to.
In a sense, I saved his life.
You had already taken the gun from him. Why would you need to demonstrate anything?
Because I was gonna go home and leave the gun there. I wasn't gonna take it and leave. That's not my gun.
You can't kill
That's not
yourself
cool.
with a BB gun?
I think I thought it was, dude. And then when
Well,
it
if you,
shot
but
the
no,
thing,
could
the
you?
big
Are you
BB
saying
machine,
you can't kill yourself with a BB gun?
I think you probably, if you studied it or something, or made it fucking like worked at it, maybe in your ear or something. Even then, I'm not sure you could kill yourself.
You don't think you can kill yourself with a BB gun?
We should Google
You
that.
didn't notice
I
that he
wish
was
Cossack
pumping.
here.
He wasn't pumping his handgun, his 22. Was
Well,
it a handgun
I thought
or
it was
or
one
a
of them-
rifle? I'm
No,
sorry.
and,
I don't
you
know a
know-
lot about guns.
Have you ever seen the ones that have CO2 in them?
Yes.
You just cock them like a gun. and
Yeah.
I thought it was that. I thought it
Those
was
are the
CO2.
ones that kids play with, and then the police shoot them. Those things. You couldn't kill
You
somebody
didn't
with
even-
that?
In my day, you didn't even need the police to shoot you. Your friends would do it for you.
Exactly. My dad told me
So
a
which
story
story
of
do
him
you think?
pulling buckshot out of somebody's back. So I believe, or bird shot, whatever it is, the salt. So I believe, yeah, in the 70s, did you shoot somebody or did you pummel somebody to save them? Did you shoot somebody to
Correct.
save them? No, did you pummel somebody to save them, or did you shoot somebody to prove
Correct.
something incorrectly?
I'm comfortable with that.
Both.
I'm correct. I'm either
That's a
way,
hard
I
call.
want to be known. No, either way, I want it to be noted. I'm a hero. Either situation.
I don't know. This one's kind of tough. I really don't know, but I'm going to go with what I think is just the more plausible one. And I think you pummeled somebody to save them, because that sounds like something you might have done and did in the 70s, and I feel like I'm going to regret it. You want to do a song break and come back, or do you want to tell us now?
Do a song break, but before you do a song break, tease them with a band, so then we come back with three
double-
things have happened. They get to
double
listen to
whammy?
an awesome song, then they get to find out which piece story is true, and then they find out, was it a band? That's
Yeah.
what I think we should do.
You goobers. All right. Well, your next band
You're nuts.
name. This is a good one. Big Black Cooks. That's BIGBLACKCOOKS. Is it a band? I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned. You're listening to Time for the Show, broadcasting live on freethinkradio.com. That was a song by The People. Before that, we had some band names and some lies. Your band name for round 2 was Big Black Cooks. I'm a Subgenius says yes. Long Dit says yes. Hazel says no. Peas, what do you say? Big Black Cooks.
I'm gonna say no, but it's okay. That
Feel
I'm going
free
with
to
Hazel
Google
this
it.
time because you said her case first. I think it's too racist for today's listening audience.
Do you think
It's
so?
too much innuendo.
Well, you would be correct. It is not a band. Big Black Cooks. There was nothing of that in the musical genre. However, there was like a food truck in Fremont, California, called Big Black Cooks. So kudos
Maybe they sing.
to them.
Maybe they sing.
And then we had Pease's Lie. It was a
Oh
lie.
my goodness, it's so exciting. And which one did you say that you thought it was a lie?
The which one? I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
which
the
one did you
one.
think?
I'm gonna say the one where you shot somebody is a lie.
Is a lie? 'Cause you think
That's the
pound
one
beat
I'm
somebody up.
gonna put down as.
What about the second story led you to believe it wasn't true for future storytelling?
Are you telling me that I'm correct?
No, I'm asking you a question before I do the big
So you
reveal.
can change it.
Because it'd be poignant either way, if it is a lie, it'd be poignant. If it's the truth, I'll know, hey, this is what in my true story fooled Dr.
Well,
Fox.
I
tell me,
wouldn't.
what
Oh, you want me to
aspect of
give
the
you away
story-
my strategy? You want to know how to become a
Yes!
better con
No, I'm
man? Is that the idea?
I'm asking you to share with our listeners the genius that is Dr. Argus Q. Fox. That's really
Well, I
what
was
I'm
wrong
asking.
last week, so we'll see
You
about
were,
that.
But
And
it
I,
is a
and
battle
I
of
said
wits.
everyone was going to agree with me. I didn't look at the chat, but I feels like everybody's going to agree with me. Everyone's going to agree with me. Gosh
looked at
darn
the
it.
chat. It seems
You
like it's a
flim-flam.
mix-up this week. It seems
Bunch
like
of
it's
flim flam.
50-50.
What got me, it was difficult for me was because you told me the story that is supposedly true where you pointed a gun at somebody and pulled the trigger. Albeit it was a lighter, you pulled a trigger. And that even if it's not a gun, it sends a message, you know? A very, I know if somebody pulled a gun lighter on me, I'd start coming back towards them until I saw another gun come out. You know what I mean?
That was my fear.
It's like-
that was my fear. That's why I had to run away.
Exactly. You pulled a trigger. And so now you've got a story of the most
And it was a Marine.
extravagant of where would this would it be a manslaughter if he had died from a wound, or would you have, because it wasn't premeditated, but you could have killed somebody. You pulled a trigger while aiming it at a person. And you
Well, his
pulled
hand. His hand.
You pulled a trigger on a gun without the intent to destroy what you were pointing it at. And I would hope that someone that was in the
That
army
was super stupid. That
would
was super
understand the importance of not putting a finger on a trigger until you're ready to MDK 9000
Well,
it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
And so
when
I want to
did shoot
say,
to
I
his
want to
hand,
say
I
you're
didn't
better
do it.
than that. That's what I would say. But do I
Yeah,
believe, if you told me you shot a guy in the hand, if it wasn't a game between, picking which out is more plausible, prior to your first story of you saying that you pulled a trigger on a lighter gun,
So my
I
lie
totally
would have been
believe.
better if I
Here's the
said
thing:
it was a game.
I think the other one's more plausible, but I believe both of them. I believe
Yeah,
you
well, it's
pummeled a
fun.
man nearly to death out of the
I did.
kindness of your heart.
Did.
And then I
did.
also
It was
believe,
super nice of me to do it.
and
lot
then
of
I
people
also
would've left
believe
him
you
there just to
shot
die.
somebody. That's
No, I did-
where it is.
That is the true story. It is the true story. I did pummel the shit out of my friend, thinking I was saving him.
I
from
believe
going
that
in.
one. Because if the other
I
one was
didn't
supposed
shoot
to
the
be
other
true,
guy. I didn't shoot the other guy, but that part of that story is true in the sense that the guy was going to shoot himself, but when I made him shoot the green machine and it barely put a hole in it, he's like, well, that just might just fuck me up. And I'm like, yeah, dude, do you want to be fucked up and then have all this shit going on that you told me about?
you're gonna be caught
So you
with a
have
big
all this
wheel
shit
in your
going on,
house.
and you're fucked up.
Everyone is
And
finding.
you're fucked up.
Everyone is finding this thing that you're describing,
Your
and they are
girlfriend's a
photoshopping
whore,
you writing
and
it.
you have
I
a
can't
bullet
wait to
in
see
you.
it.
How is that going to be better? How is that going to be better? So I was a hero in both stories, although I didn't shoot him. I just talked him out of not shooting himself. But mostly by saying it wouldn't work and you'd just feel worse because you'll still have all these other problems and then you'll be in the hospital with like a bullet in you. And that'll suck. And eventually he agreed with me. That would suck.
Man,
So yeah, good for you, Dr. Fox. Dr. Fox, I think this is putting you pretty much batting 500 with sometimes you guess it right and sometimes you guess it wrong. This week you got it right. I'm very proud of you. That you thought the best of Peas, that Peas would only maim a person. He wouldn't actually shoot them. Unless it was a lighter gun.
unless it was a lighter gun. Posted 1 hour ago. Secret Service escorts Trump from press briefing shooting outside White House. Sorry, let me reread that.
Congress immediately regrets installing locks on White House.
Oh man, good on you. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez among high-profile Latinos participating in Democratic convention.
I'm not that tall. Why can't I go?
That one's more personal. Everyone has to know you're short, Peas. You're just saying that you're short. Say something racist like a taco truck in the foyer.
Because, you know, she's going to be hard-pressed to be reelected. I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Be nice to him. A mother recovers the $20,000 her son secretly spent on Twitch donations in 17 days.
Man, I don't know what Twitch is.
It's what we're not exploiting.
Oh, wait, that's like a download gaming service or something, right? Where you'd buy bullion or
I want to know
gold or
about
doubloons
this.
or
A
something for
mother.
games.
So is it a kid living with his mom making money on Twitch? A mother recovers the $20,000 her son secretly spent on Twitch donations in 17 days. A teenage boy secretly spent $19,870 on donations by using his mother's debit card. Luckily, she was able to recover mostly all of it.
Who has $19,000 on a debit card?
Secretly spent...
Like, I got like $300 on my debit card.
I guess he sent it to
I hope to God
her
the bank
bank
calls
account.
me if I'm spending $19,000 on Starfleet Academy. Oh, Frank, are you sure you meant to fucking buy 18 fucking membership packs for $1,000 each? Yeah. Put the fucking charge through, bitches.
The mother claims
It's my
the son
Walmart
is
card.
remorseful and is going to counseling. He's also limited to only 1 hour of monitored daily playtime, with the stipulation that he must do positive activities throughout the day, get exercise, and interact with the family in a positive manner. You're punishing your kid
Fox.
for making 20 grand? Yeah, he's
No, he
screwing with your
donated her
taxes.
money.
No.
He donated her money.
Secretly
He
spent
donated
on...
her money.
Oh! Okay.
He stole, and that's what I'm saying. How does she have 20 grand on a debit
okay,
card?
I didn't see it going that way. I have to spell some of these things out. I thought it was him getting Twitch donations and then using her
No.
bank account to pull money out, which I thought was...
And then she's still letting him go on the internet an hour a day to play games. Let me ask you something. If you'd have done that, if you'd have stole 19 grand from your old man, if I'd have stole 19 grand...
I did. I did. It was between $2,000 and $4,000, and it was on a porn dialer back in the 56K days, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. But you downloaded a little
You must have
program,
been so-
and you clicked a fucking button, and it was like it connected you to the porn. Go this way to the porn, and it was
In Singapore.
fast.
In
And
Singapore.
it was fast porn, and it was expensive, and he got a bill, and he traced it. It was on the second phone line, and it went to my computer, and he was like, "What the fuck did you do?" So yeah, I did that. I totally fucking did that.
Wow. Did
I
he
don't
let you
know.
have internet time after that, or did you lose all access to the net for a while? And the phone?
I don't really remember. I don't think a lot happened. I got busted for looking at porn a lot as a kid. And it got to the point where, you know, once I started paying for my computers and building my computers and stuff like that, I didn't give a shit. And I would just, you don't have to hide it anymore. It's my computer. It's full of porn. That's what it's for. You figure out how it works if you want to
Yeah,
see.
but there was no bill coming with that.
But
porn.
as a kid, yeah,
Is
exactly.
that-
It was constantly in the browser history and temporary files and stuff like that. To the point that they would install spy. My mom installed spy software, and so instead
Did you
of
ever-
going to the lengths to disable the internet or keep me away from the internet or things like that, she would just build this giant resume to shame me with and use it to blackmail me to my friends and family. I'll show them your internet history.
Did you ever pull on your ball sack like you were trying to open a bag of chips real
Yeah,
hard?
and I tore it open. I think I told this story. It was
Of course you did, because you're a man.
I was trying
'Cause
to
you're a
figure it
man.
out. Yeah,
Of
exactly. You
course
want to know what the
did.
hell's going on down there? I forget what it was, but it was it's like I was laying flat like a plank on the bathroom sink. We had like a long bathroom sink, so I could lay on it as a lad. and I filled up the basin with hot water, and I would just kind of stick my dick and balls in the sink and just like, it was great. But I guess it was because it was using, like, you know, the soap that your parents buy, the soap your dad buys, because he buys the soap, is like Dial antibacterial
you know
bars.
Do you know what kind of soap I buy?
What kind of soap do you buy? Tell me about the soap that you buy.
I buy modern hip soap. I buy modern hip soap that comes with its own goddamn towel for an extra $20. I buy Triology soaps from TriologySoaps.com.
Tell them about the soap.
Oh, that's the back, because I didn't know if you want me to keep going on about the different flavored scented soaps. They've got elm scented. They've got popsicle on a Tuesday sickle scented. There's pickled juice mixed with mint. And there's Christian Hamburger Day Wednesday at the lunch counter. All of these scents are custom made for you and employed on these 4+ glycerin ounces of soapy goodness. And for an extra towel, an extra $20, you can get yourself a towel to dry your wet, soapy ass with. Triology Soap, TriologySoaps.com. Tell them Peas sent you.
Tell them Peas sent you. That's right. That was pretty good. It goes out to the boys. Next time you're dipping your balls in the sink, make sure to use Triology soaps, so you don't end up with a blistered nutsack like mine. That's a true story. If you use Triology soaps, you won't end up with a dry. It burned. I had a cast. The skin on my balls.
Triology soap towel.
I peeled it off. I had like a little cast of my balls. And my skin, it was so tender and it burned. Be careful playing with your balls, kids.
Or don't.
Donald Trump is escorted from the White House after... What happened? Somebody shoot something? It's the big gun thing. That's for the next show. Because you're ready to go, Peas. You're all tired and tuckered out, aren't you?
I'm tired, sleepy. It's late for the Peas. And you know, with the new format, it's so full of perfect pounding, punching, comedy punchlines that you can't even take it.
200%
I'm sure the audience even needs
per hour.
Shut up, I couldn't come up with more P words off the top of my head.
PP on the pie pan, Peas. That's all you have to say. Just tell me more about how you want to PP on the pie pans.
I'm against it.
Just PP on the pie pan, Peas. I want to get the lady to piss on the pie pan because I want to hear the PP on the pie pan. It's the 10 sound on the PP on the pie pan. That's what I want them to make, Peas. Please, Peas.
What do you think? No, I won't do it. That's a lot of peas.
It's the way to do it, Peas. Just PP in the pie pan, Peas. That's all I want you to do.
That is your forte. You're so good at that. That's the genius.
I know. I wish I could make money doing it or something. I wish I had a plan or something. I wish I had like some sort of idea that I could like capitalize on this raw talent,
and making it more popular.
If only I did more. I guess it just means I'll have to do more. You know what I mean?
Have you tried getting exposure?
Yeah, I went to the nude beach at time for the show. Written on my back in Sharpie. Hashtag subscribe woven into my ass hairs.
That had to work.
Don't mock me.
I'm not mocking you. I think it's a brilliant idea. But I'm sorry.
That's what you should do, is normally this is where I play the I'm Sorry song, and nobody will hear the music. So you'll just have to apologize with no music, Peas. Okay.
We can't.
You never hear it anyway.
There's a lot of things to apologize. I never hear it anyway, but I'd like to know that it's going on. I hope it doesn't keep us from broadcasting. But here's the thing about
here it is. Actually,
sorry.
Yeah, now it's playing.
No, he's got it. He's got it in the mix, so we're good. He's just gonna interrupt the apology rhythm like 6 or 7 more times before I get started. So then we'll be fine, because you know the thing about a show, especially the apology part of a show, which you'll find a lot of shows don't bother to do. And it doesn't seem right why they don't apologize. They should at least apologize for not having an apology segment. But you won't find that problem here, folks. Here, at Time for the Show, a product of Hypercube Go. It's production of Hypercube Laboratories, an Argus Q Fox jam, if you will. We don't have much to apologize for, but we apologize anyway. Every week we say we're sorry. We're sorry that this is the show. We're sorry that it was so funny that you came back from listening to the show the week before to listen to this show. Because that's how pleasantly, perfectly PP'd we can be on the P's Pleasure Power Hour.
The P in hour is silent.
I had to bail out. An hour doesn't start with P. So I apologize for that. That's sad. That
You can say the
Fox
Power
can rattle
Performance
off
Hour.
5 minutes of using the word P in every single word, and P's can go like 5 seconds.
PP
But
and
that's why
vanities.
P's and Fox are the awesome team, and why they apologize at the end of every show, because we might have offended somebody. We didn't mean to, unless we did, and we might have hurt somebody's
might have
feels,
meant it.
and we didn't want that to happen unless we did want it to happen. We might have told a story, or we might have told the truth. We don't know unless we did or didn't do those things. But all you know is that we left some of the greatest bits out so we could give you these bits. We didn't even do the bit about Sean the Shaman because, man, there was just too much comedy up front. We didn't need to rely on some kind of comedic prop, such as a character, Sean the Shaman. So we're not even doing that. And we're going to apologize first for not doing it, but then we're going to apologize because we didn't do it. So it works out either way. It's a wonderful thing to have a show of this kind of magnitude where even you go wrong and it doesn't matter because you're going to do that apology. You're going to say you're sorry to those people that gave you money. Every month you're going to say, hey, just do it one more month and I swear to God it'll be better. I promise this time for sure. Just send one more month. It's not going to hurt. And if you have a friend, have them do it for a month. Say, maybe if we both did it, the show would be better. It's not better since I started doing it, but if you right there might be this missing piece of the puzzle. If we had your Patreon money, along with everybody else, nobody else stopped. But if we had yours, you, extra guy, new listener, if we just had a couple dollars of your money, we could probably be just as disappointing next week, but striving because of your money to be better. And you never know when you're going to be that Patreon that pushes us over the top into real comedy entertainment. You could be the person responsible for making this show funny.
Yeah.
And you won't do it because
can.
you're selfish and you keep all your fucking money to yourself and you wonder why the show's not funny because you won't give up a cup of coffee, 1 cup of coffee a month, so that we wouldn't have to apologize at the end of this fucking shithole we call a show. But yeah, whatever.
Don't call
Screw your friends. Screw your friends. Oh, my friends are Patreons, but I'm not going to Patreon. I can just listen to the show. It doesn't affect anything if I don't contribute. That's not true, you fucker. It's not true.
Yeah.
God damn it, you say we do, it's time for the band now? We do that so it's interactive, you bitch. Give us the fucking $3, you cheap son of a bitch. I'm sorry, kids, and that's the show.
You asked for it.
I bet you we get lots of Patreons now.
Did you want to know if Sean the Shaman was a band or not?
Yeah, but I want to reserve the right to bring it out whether it is a band or not in later shows as a character, just in case we need it.
Oh no, I'm totally fine with that because unfortunately, I don't think if I play it through on the system, like they can hear you. I don't understand what's going on, why they can't hear the audio through here, but Sean the Shaman is kind of a band. So he's got a SoundCloud with one song and he's been featured in like a rap song. and
Nice.
there's like a local hip hop. I think it was Seattle or
Scene?
something like that. And good God, they had. Where was it? He
Has
had
he got his flow?
he had
Has
an
he got his flow
interview,
going?
and it was just perfect. Let me see here.
Does he got his flow going?
Does he have his flow? They made him look like Speak Your Truth by
Oh, I can't hear you all of a sudden. Maybe you're.
all right, so I don't think anybody can hear that, and I don't think you could hear it, Peas. Because
I couldn't hear you.
Because I was trying to do something different earlier, and I had to drop back, whatever. But yeah, this guy's a fucking whatever character you can do, I've got a face to put to it. So don't worry, Sean the Shaman is real, and he lives vicariously through you, Peas. And that's the third band, and this week's Patreon weekly shout-outs without any cool background music. Of course, Triology Soaps, our proud and loving sponsor. Remember that orders over, what was it, $20? $25? That orders over $30 come with a free towel. It might be less than $30, but you should buy $30 worth of Triology Soaps.
Just buy that soap. You're so filthy dirty.
You gooby goobers. Caller 23, Dr. Cosmac, Michael Marcus, Reverend Couchsloth, Trenchy, Scowpod, Funord, Hazel of the Windmills, Agent Lloyd, Artha, Reverend Richard Negative, and Long Dead. You get your weekly shout-outs, you tubers of love on timefortheshow.com. It usually comes to at the halfway point, but guess what? Now it's the end of Time for the Show. That's the idea. And now it goes into the outro, which you will hear, but Peas won't. So I might as well just unplug everything and get ready. So, Peas, any parting words for the listeners before you go to sleep with a mouthful of Paschetti?
How many Patreons have we got since I did the apologies? We got 6 or 7 more already.
I'll have to F5, and that's a totally different window. I can't even get there.
Okay, well, let me know. I'm sure it's good. You know what? I'm gonna guess 7.
All at our
It's
new
pretty powerful apology.
$0.
Pretty powerful apology.
Appeal to the
Plus
people.
all the
Peas.
sharing I did.
Sharing is more than caring. It's work. Boy, there's a lot of that to do. Gosh dang it. All right. Well, you've been listening to my favorite part of the show. That's Time for the Show. We'll see you next week, broadcasting live on freethinkradio.com. Stay tuned for Dr. Fox's Chopping Block. Bye-bye.